What's kicking, y'all? We're back with another episode of Pickin 6. I'm your host once again for the week. I am T-Ho, also known as Tyler, vice versa. I am joined once again by my colleague, my good buddy, Conor, also known as the Locksmith. How are we feeling tonight?
Feeling good. Last night, 2-0 sweep on college basketball. On the big games, State Farm Classic, the Blue Bloods playing. But we're here to talk about football. But before we get to that, Tyler, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing all right. Went 3-1 for college football picks. If you guys read the blog, I essentially just picked 2 NFL games because I made it conditional that if Kyler Murray didn't play in the Cardinals game, I wasn't going to pick it. You still took the Cardinals, you still won because they smoked the Niners anyway with Colt McCoy as a quarterback. That worked out. But I still can't believe that the Rams was the one I felt the best about. The Chargers covered, won whatever, but the Rams just lost, which, they're not dead to me yet, but,
No, not dead yet, but also on the Colt McCoy thing. I think he is top 5 quarterbacks all time when he's a backup quarterback that starts for about 3 games during the season to get you a couple wins here and there.
Do you think he's like the Fitzmagic level?
I said he's top 5, so we're talking like Fitzmagic when he comes off the bench, Colt McCoy. I don't really have another 5, but he's up there in the conversation for sure.
I don't hate that. Colt McCoy, Texas legend. So
last year he came off the bench for the Giants, got us a dub. So he's got like that. Yeah, he just an interesting tidbit of information to throw at you guys.
Yeah, can't hate that. Well, with all that being said, we filmed last week with our good buddy Adam, and I just want to let everybody know that he faded us on Texas A&M, and we told him what's good. Anyway, just had to put that out there. If you didn't see the tweet, I'm saying it now. We appreciate him for joining us now. Anyway, as we get started, let's let everybody know to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, we appreciate the support. And check out our blogs when they come out on menoforder.com. Obviously, check out what they got over there. We all appreciate the support. With all that being said, let's get to it. First game we got in the NFL slate, we got the Chargers -3 against the Vikings, over under 53 points. Conor, how you feeling?
This is it's going to be an interesting game. This is one I don't love. But you look at the stats. I'm a big I like looking at football defenses. Chargers give up 161 rushing yards per game. Would that alone would normally tell you hammer the Vikings, but Dalvin Cook isn't playing, and it's going to be some sort of who's their backup. He's pretty decent.
I don't know.
Madison, he's pretty good. He only had 4 carries last week for a net of 0 yards, but he's a pretty decent backup running back. But without Dalvin Cook, dude, I don't trust Kirk Cousins. He had a good game last week. I'm just going Chargers here. I think this is a must-win game for the Chargers. Get 3 games over 500. They only have to cover 3 points here. I think they had their little rut a couple weeks ago, but they're going to be back to full motion at home. Kirk Cousins, Jekyll and Hyde, as we've probably said before. But I think Justin Herbert's going to ball the fuck out. I'm going to be liking an Eckler touchdown. I don't think he had one last week. Can't really remember specifically. But also you can't go wrong. The Chargers have huge ass receivers and tight ends. Their receivers look like tight ends. It looks like the Florida Gators, but NFL form. And I don't I think their potential as an offense just so far supersedes the Vikings that even if Kirk Cousins has a game, I still see the Chargers winning. They're at home, SoFi Stadium. They have the more complete offense with Eckler, running backs is escaping me, but I'm going with the Chargers here. Big game at home for them. -3 field goal to cover. Coming off 3-point win to the Eagles, 3-point loss to the Patriots. I think they could win by more than 3 points in this one.
Well, you said it. You pretty much said it all right there. I mean, Chargers, 5-3 against the spread on the season, 2-2 at home, 3-2 as the favorite. Minnesota just one behind, 4-4 against the spread. But you're right. I like Austin Eckler. I like that. Like the Chargers offense, I think they're very dynamic. Austin Eckler scored a touchdown is definitely a good move this week. Can't go wrong there. But yeah, if Herbert's healthy, they're a good team, man. I can't hate that. The Vikings are just too. I can't invest money in Kirk Cousins. It just doesn't financially. For me, I don't feel comfortable putting money on Kirk Cousins to win a football game or to cover. So yeah, but if it stays around this number, that 3, I think that's a good number, and I'm willing to take the Chargers there.
One thing to
Absolutely.
also monitor. I was looking at the injury report earlier today. Dalvin Cook was out. Now I'm not seeing him on the injury list. But that was due to off the field issues. So if he's playing Sunday, that pick is definitely subject to change, or at least just like a leave off the card type of game.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, if he's playing, I don't think I would necessarily take the Vikings. That wouldn't say, "Oh, I'm going to take them instead," but it would make me a little more weary. I would agree.
Yeah, it would be more of a leave off the card type of game, because if you have a defense giving up 161 rushing yards and you have Dalvin Cook, even a Dalvin Cook that hasn't been good this year, still possibility that he goes nuts.
Yeah, dude. He's a when he's on, bro. But that's like anybody. Like if a running back can find their legs in a game, they just keep chugging, man. It's scary to watch those guys work, honestly. It really is. Moving on to a hopefully going to be a decent game. We got the Packers -3.5 against the Seahawks. Aaron Rodgers, I think, will be back as a starter, I believe. Over under at 49.5. How are you feeling?
I mean, as of right now, Aaron Rodgers is listed as out under the.
Oh, is he not back? Yes. No.
Not officially.
Okay. Then I might have to change my mind. I thought it was. Is there a chance he will play?
I think there's a slim chance, but you really never know with all the COVID rules.
Yeah.
That I feel like they might keep him out since he just didn't get vaccinated.
Yeah.
But dude, there's no way that. I was just thinking about it. Dude, there's no way. Russell Wilson's he's done for the season. No way Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers is only a 3-point favorite.
That's true. Yeah, I was like, that line is pretty tasty. I was wondering if that line bumps. He's healthy. I'm not healthy, but he's back in the lineup. I don't know why I thought he would be. I guess I don't know that the timeline on him coming back from all that. So maybe I'm just gonna leave that one off. So I apologize to all the people there. I don't know why I legitimately thought that he would be cleared Saturday and play Sunday. I don't know.
Don't apologize, because that's a good reminder to all the listeners out here who thought they were taking advantage of a Vegas mistake.
Yeah, listen, sometimes you gotta do your due diligence, and I thought that I did, but apparently I didn't. Yeah, let's see. Aaron Rodgers. This is good for the people. Do you have any official reporters? It just says that he's still listed as out.
Yeah, he's still listed as out from what I'm seeing. But today's Wednesday night.
Okay. We'll move on. Yeah. Well, if he jumps back in the lineup, which I guess he might not. Maybe we'll see where the line's at. But you know what? That's why I have my buddy Conor here to keep me from doing stupid things. You got to catch your mistakes, and save all you people from joining in my tomfoolery. um. Anyway, moving on. Um. Got the Rams -4 against the 49ers, over under at 49. Rams did not look great against the Titans, which I thought they were going to walk away with that. I think maybe they thought that too, and that's what led them to looking pedestrian, to say the least, against, Titans team without Derrick Henry. The story of that game was the Titans defense, with the Rams offense flies so high, and then the Titans nipped that in the bud. I'm still feeling Rams -4. I'm going to give them a chance. I think that they're way better than the 49ers. As the 49ers got shellacked by a Cardinals team that does not have Kyler Murray. Niners 2-6 against the spread, 0-4 at home, 0-1 as an underdog. Rams 2-2 away. I'm feeling the Rams and a Cooper Kupp touchdown.
I mean,
Give me the -4.
Not mistaken, the Cooper Kupp touchdown eluded us on Sunday.
Yeah, I think it was the first time in a while.
It was bound to happen, so it's going to be bound to this week.
Yeah.
But like I got a couple things here. So like the Rams have 2 losses on the season, like straight up. One was week 2. They lost to the fuck. They got smacked by the Cardinals, won somewhat by more than a touchdown against the Seahawks. As the bounce back game. So they lost by 12 to the Rams. So I'm feeling a bounce back game from the Rams this week, which is the Monday night football affair. And the Cardinals smacked the 49ers by, what was that, 24? No.
31-17.
14 points. Yeah, can't do math this late at night. Yeah, no, but I mean, it's just tough because the 49ers are just so tough to predict, like what type of football production they're going to put out there. Because Garoppolo could look decent. Like they put together a good team as a whole. Like the defense is pretty solid for the most part. But I mean, if we're going on more certain things here, I'm going with the Rams. They need a bounce back win. I think they're going to be motivated by playing an in-conference opponent, even though the Niners are at home. But I mean, the Niners, what's their fucking record this year?
They're 0-4 against the spread at home.
I mean, we love that.
They're 0-4. That's poor people.
You said it better.
I know that, the Niners have a history too, but what'd you say?
You said it better than I could have.
Yeah, the 0-4 at home is very glaring. In conference, I would dare to say that's probably, on most years, that's probably the most competitive conference in the NFL. Seahawks, Niners, Rams, Cards, that's no slouch of a conference by any stretch of the word, but I'm giving the Rams another shot here. I think it's a bounce back game for them. I think that they will collect themselves and move on. Hopefully we see Von Miller on some packages this weekend. That's another wrinkle to add to that very stellar defense. And I think that overall the Rams get it done -4 and a Cooper Kupp touchdown for the fellas to get back on track.
Also, shout out Darrell Henderson for the fantasy team.
How'd he do for you?
No, hopefully he puts on for us.
Yeah,
again, because he's been playing pretty fucking solid.
Yeah, I got Robert Woods, who's been there. He's been turning. They've been finding him more as of late.
Yeah, I got Woods and Henderson on the fantasy team.
Yeah, I like Robert Woods a lot. He's a good volume receiver.
Yeah, a lot of receptions, a lot of yards. Could have some more touchdowns, but beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, he's the jet sweep guy, man. That's all I can. When I picture him, that's all I can think of, man. He's the jet sweep. Next, this is a game that you mentioned, I believe. The Titans -3 against the Saints. over under 45. That is very scary line because we know how the Saints like to do stuff that we don't even know what they're gonna do. But what are you thinking here?
I mean, like this game is very unpredictable because we saw last week the Titans defense looked fucking unreal against the Rams.
Absurd, absurd.
Without and like the offense without Derrick Henry still put up 28 points, won by 12. They're going to be at home. Overall, as a team, they tend to do better at home. Well, not surprising, home field advantage and whatnot. But also with the Saints, you never know what you're going to get from them. They lost to the Falcons last week. 2 weeks ago, beat the Bucks. Week before that, they only won by 3 against the Seahawks. So does that, by those trends, does that mean that they're going to win against a good team? Possibly.
Yeah,
But also,
yeah.
well, like their defense is fucking nasty. The defense allows 19 points per game, 73.8 rushing yards per game, decent amount of passing yards, which kind of bodes well for anyone who has Ryan Tannehill in fantasy or is looking to do touchdown props on any of the receiving core for the Titans. All right, rock with what you're thinking of.
No, I was gonna say touchdown prop, honestly, that like I have said and have yet to remember to put money on is Ryan Tannehill walking one in with his little finger roll. So he does that a lot. Like they like to call him like a QB, like fake the handoff and go out the back door like thing. Like he scores on a lot of those. That's what I was.
I mean, he had a touchdown. He had a touchdown last week on 3 total yards. The week before, he did not have a touchdown. I don't know. What does that say to you? Are you just by the recent 2-week trends, you taking him for a touchdown this week?
No, more like every time I think about betting him to score a touchdown and don't, he does. It's happened on many occasions this year.
All right, so let me know if you are thinking of taking him to score a touchdown and don't hit my line, so I'll take it.
Yeah, dude, it happened like 3 or 4 times this season.
Yeah, no, but I don't know. Saints on the road kind of has me iffy. Like they have Trevor Siemian under center. Are you really trusting him 2 weeks in a row?
Where's Taysom Hill, bro? Like, I don't understand.
He's banged up. Like, word on the street, he's banged up. But realistically, I just don't think he has the trust of Sean Payton.
Yeah, dude.
Whatever.
He's so dynamic, bro. Like, you give that man a chance and he takes it. Like, I like him a lot.
I mean, hey, you're betting. If you're betting on the Saints, you're betting on Trevor Siemian on the road in Tennessee. Are you doing that? I don't think so.
Dude, Saints 3-4 against the spread overall, 2-2 away, 2-0 as a dog. Titans 7-2 overall against the spread, 3-1 at home, 2-2 as a favorite.
I'm taking the Titans here. I mean, even without Derrick Henry, so he had those 2 weeks consecutively with 3+ touchdowns. Followed that up with no touchdowns till he got injured. Even so, AP signed off of free agency. Tutty. They're going to do running back by committee, and it's going to work. I like that because, like what the scheme is, what like type of run they're going to do, whether it's going to be a power back, what have you, based on who's on the field at that particular time. But in general, it keeps the defense guessing. And also, you never know. You're going to have Tannehill for a QB sneak. And then also, he's got a decent arm since he's left Miami. So decent is an understatement, but regardless, I'm going to be rocking with the Titans. They're at home. Defense may or may not be looking good. Also, the over might be a play here. I mean, it's pretty low. The only thing holding me back from taking the over as well, it's 44.5, is Trevor Siemian's under center.
Yeah.
But no, the reason like I'm considering that, I kind of think like that defensive performance last week is a fluke.
It was very not on brand for the Titans defense. Like, they're terrible.
Like, their defense is not good.
Very, very good. Like, yeah. Like that was like almost overwhelmingly good. You know what I mean?
Dude, that was like top 5 defense in the league. Good
Yeah, and
against.
they're not that. Like their defense is not that highly ranked in many statistical categories. Like, but for me personally, I hope for the best for you, but I'm gonna stay off it. I just too many
Fair
question
enough.
marks for me.
If I didn't say anything, you were going to be betting the Packers.
Yeah, listen, these things happen, but that's why there's two of us. That's why there's just not me here on my soapbox talking about whatever. Moving on, we got our next game, Pats -1.5 as it stands right now versus the Browns of Cleveland. Over under 45. You can take that one away. Go right ahead. After I let you drink your screwball whiskey, no free ads. But
I have one thing on my mind when betting the Browns. Is Nick Chubb playing? I'll answer that for you. He's not playing. Kareem Hunt's not playing. So I'll be taking New England Patriots -1.5.
yeah,
Because I mean,
I don't
dude,
I don't hate that.
no, dude, literally look at it. When Nick Chubb, like they smoked the Bengals last week, Nick Chubb played after not playing 2 weeks ago. He had 2 touchdowns. They mollywopped the Bengals in what was a winner go home game, essentially, where realistically the Bengals probably aren't going to make the playoffs unless they get lucky with the wild card. But they need, like, Baker Mayfield has looked so shaky when he doesn't have that running back tandem. Because like having dynamic running backs opens the field up where he could do his damage, hit Jarvis Landry, hit Peoples Jones, hit whoever downfield.
Yeah,
Without that, especially like the Pats defense is fucking filthy. I don't have the stats up because I'm like waiting for the lot. I'm trying to live bet the over on PJ Tucker's points right now. No, dude, it's always plus money for him to have 5 points in the game. But
isn't like is that wait? Is it he's the what? He's a center for the Rockets, right?
no, he's on the Heat now.
But
He's
he's a
starting.
center, right? Like a short
Well,
center or
no.
something.
Well, he was playing center for the Rockets, but like he's starting at like power forward now. Dude, he's 6'4".
Anyway,
He's 2 inches taller than I am.
okay, I'm not
But
good
you're
at
not bugging. He
basketball, but
did play at center. He
that's
did play
ridiculous.
center.
That's ridiculous. So yes, as you know, let's just take a moment to just say that Conor also is a big basketball guy. He puts out the basketball picks for us here at Pickem Winners. He just put out a blog last night, which would be Tuesday. Um, and for college basketball, it's up on our website right now. Some tasty futures in there for the college hoop season, and just stay tuned for his picks week to week.
And then I'll have some more coming out. It's just tough because the lines don't come up more than a day in advance, so it's tough to get the logs out in time. But back, what game were we talking about? I completely forgot.
Pats -5. Well, just wait. Pats -1.5. I just moved. They're -2 now. But just remember that Jared Stidham is playing quarterback instead of Mac Jones. Does that change your mind?
Oh, I did not know that.
Do you?
I mean, he's not listed on
I'm pretty
like
sure that's the case. Look at us. What are we doing?
no, I mean no, he's not. Mac Jones isn't listed on the injury report.
No, I think it's just like performance. They just no. Excuse me, I
Really?
lied. I completely lied. No, they just activated Jared Stidham as
Oh,
another.
all right, you got me shook for a little bit, but yeah,
Just
we're still
completely
live.
ignore me.
They're in
I'm going
Foxborough.
crazy over here.
Pats are in
Yeah, he's
Foxborough.
just acting. Ignore me entirely. I just don't know where that came. I remember seeing his name in a tweet or seeing his name on the internet today. I was like, oh shoot, that's interesting. But no, they just activated him to be a backup. That's it. So yes, Mac Jones, as far as I know, is still playing quarterback for the New England Patriots this weekend against the Cleveland Browns. I will be taking the Patriots in the points against the Cleveland Browns without Nick Chubb and without Odell Beckham. and without Kareem Hunt.
I mean, you mentioned Odell Beckham. The Browns play better without Odell.
Yeah, well, you're not
Yeah,
wrong there,
that doesn't matter for me.
unfortunately. Do you think the
Doesn't
team will
matter
play
for
better?
me, but also little tidbit of information you might want to sprinkle on a Damian Harris touchdown. He's currently tied for fourth in the league with 7 touchdowns from the running back position. But
That's sneaky. Like,
sneaky good.
Damian Harris, he didn't have like a stellar year last year. I mean, he's Alabama, Alabama product, so he's just by nature a good running back. But I didn't realize he was popping off like that.
Nah, dude, he's pretty solid. He's had a couple very good weeks in the last few. But yeah, no, I'm rocking with the Pats, hands down.
Yeah, even if that line shifts a little bit, like I'll take the Pats and the points.
As
I
long as
like
it
that.
doesn't move higher than 3, I'm still riding with that.
That's fair. I don't hate that. Yeah, just because you never know. Next, which is a scary looking game. Chiefs minus maybe not as scary as I'm making it out to be. Chiefs minus 2.5 against the Raiders over under 52.5. What are your thoughts?
I'll just tell you what the Chiefs' record against the spread is this year. Two
What
and
is this?
seven.
That's horrible. That is,
I mean, I was thinking about
oh
this
my God.
earlier. Like, that's not even the real reason why why I'm fading the Chiefs. Like, I'm rocking with the Raiders. So I think this is a must-win game for both teams because if the Chiefs lose this, they'll be what, 5-5.
Yeah, they might even miss a they could.
That's what I was about to say. Like, there's a decent chance they miss the playoffs. Yeah, there's 17 weeks this year, but having 5 losses this early when you're supposedly supposed to be a Super Bowl contender with the highest paid football player of all time, who's on a baseball contract,
Essentially.
you're not like you're not supposed to put out this type of game, like this type of football performances. Like, their offense is terrible. Their defense has been getting better of the last 3 weeks, better than them giving up 30 points per game easily to scrub teams. But I also think like the John Gruden firing or suspension, whatever they're calling it, kind of had like I think this is also a must win for the Raiders. They're at home in Vegas. I think they're going to put it together. They also have had the Chiefs number over the last 2 seasons in like that wild game from Derek Carr. We had like that 60-yard touchdown last season. But games like that, I just don't think the Chiefs have it. They gave up 7 points to the Aaron Rodgers-less Packers last week. They
Yeah.
won by 2 or 3 to the New York Giants the week prior. I'm a Giants fan. Like, you're barely winning against the Giants when you were a 10.5 point favorite. Pathetic. That being said, taking the Raiders plus the 2.5. I don't love it, but I just don't love the Chiefs at all. I mean, like, you look at the numbers.
Oh, I could tell you the numbers. The Chiefs 2-7 again, like you said, against the spread. Raiders, come to think of it, Raiders are always good as a dog. 3-1 this year as an underdog. They like to do that. I also I feel like this past couple weeks has shown a lot what kind of a leader Derek Carr is. Like, I think that, before this year, I don't think I've ever listened to Derek Carr say 2 words. But it just kind of speaks to the command he has in the locker room, and how I don't know what their thoughts on him. I can imagine they would want to play for him, you know, and for their situation out there. I know that they're coming upon some, they've had some unfortunate things happen, in the season past month alone. But I'm feeling Raiders. Like, I don't hate it. Like, Raiders as a dog. Chiefs hate covering and pretty much hate winning at this point. You know, I think the Raiders can get it done. They're the Sunday night game too. The Raiders like to do things in prime time, man. The Raiders like to make things interesting in prime time. So
Yeah,
yeah,
the
give me
one
give
the one thing I'm gonna be looking at is Josh Jacobs. Like he came into the season looking like he was going to be the running back, the rushing yards runner up to Derrick Henry, to King Derrick. But he's kind of fallen off. Like, yeah, he's been a little banged up, but it's going to be interesting to see what he does because the Raiders only average 89 rushing yards a game as a team.
yeah.
So I'll be interested to see what his production is looking like because Kansas City gives up 122 rushing yards per game, which is bottom half in the league if my statistical brain is working correctly. Um, I don't know, like, dude, like you get it's tough to like you like I feel like I have a voice in the back of my head saying don't bet against the Chiefs, but it's been profitable to
Yeah.
bet against the Chiefs. So I'm listening
Yeah.
to that second voice in my head.
Yeah, it's like, you know how we have like we always like say that we're on the movement to fade this team, fade that team, whatever. Like the Chiefs is always a team you tail, like typically. Like in the past years, like the Chiefs is the Chiefs, as they say. And the Chiefs win football games. I don't know what if they're just decided to, just take a year off. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I like the Raiders as a dog in Vegas, like you said before. I don't know.
It's
Like,
more for me, it's more of like the Chiefs have to win this game. The Raiders could do without winning this game, but like the fact that like it's a total must win for the Chiefs signifies to me you take the Raiders plus the points plus the 2.5. Vegas, they have a club in the end zone. We love that.
dude, I could easily see like it coming down to but like I could easily see it coming down to Harrison Butker having to kick it to win it by 1 point, and the Raiders cover. And that's like a real thing that could still like that I could foresee happening. You know what I mean? So yeah. So are we saying this is a unanimous pick? We're gonna fade the Chiefs
Absolutely.
unanimously?
Absolutely. Tweet it out right now.
Oh boy, it's getting hot. It's late at night, but we're it's heating up in here, to say the least. Well, that was our last, of our NFL slate that we had planned. You have anything else before we move on to college? Or are you ready?
Nah, let's rip college football.
All right, let's get it. First game, some SEC play. Texas A&M, who we took, -4.5, and they
Fuck you, Adam.
yeah, fuck you, Adam. They beat the piss out of Auburn. Like we said, they were -2.5 against Ole Miss. Over under surprisingly low for an Ole Miss game, 56.5. But they're -2.5 at the moment. Texas A&M. What are you thinking about this?
I know who we're both taking.
I think I'd
The
do it.
Aggies, baby. In the
Absolutely.
hot hand. I mean, like Ole Miss is 7-2, so is Texas A&M. But I don't know what it is. Like I haven't gotten my eyes on a lot of Ole Miss games, but there's something about them that just doesn't do it for me. And as I started to say that, I was thinking like their defense just isn't that good. Then I'm looking at the numbers. They give up 27 points per game, that being Ole Miss. Texas A&M gives up less than 15 points per game. You break that down more. Rushing yards, Ole Miss gives up 194, even Texas A&M 123. I think that's indicative of how well teams hold their opposition to expanding their offensive game, whether it be just giving like a multifaceted offense like to a team speaks volumes. Like if you're allowing a team to both like do whatever, throwing the ball, run the ball. Think of the Titans. You let Derrick Henry run the rock, and then you have Tannehill doing his little QB sneaks, throwing it to Julio and AJ Brown. You're
Mhm.
fucked.
Facts.
But like but even so, Ole Miss just like I can't put my finger on it, but there's something about them they don't have. They didn't cover against Liberty last week. They lost to Auburn, the frauds. They beat LSU by 2 touchdowns, barely beat Tennessee in the highest points total for an SEC football game ever. Beat Arkansas, another fraud team, by 1, and then got mollywopped by Alabama. And then like you go on, like they beat Tulane by 40. Congratulations. We'll give you a cookie for that one. But Texas A&M 2.5 points, easy money in the bank. I don't care if it's in Mississippi. Eli may or may not be there. What's his name from The Blind Side could be there. Who cares? I'm still rocking with the Aggies.
Michael Orr, I remember that.
Great movie. First
great
movie I ever cried to.
Same. It's one of them. I don't know.
Not the first one I've ever cried to.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Yeah, and then you know what's crazy too is that like I remember seeing once again another person's name who I saw and I had to like follow up while you were talking, is that their Ole Miss has this Heisman quarterback, right? Like he's so like gas, like they're trying to say he's not practicing, but he's playing. So he's not practicing all week. They're trying to save him as much as they can, but he's not practicing all week, but he's playing. Yes, he did not practice a minute leading up to the game against Liberty.
What is he hurt?
I think they're trying to like he's banged up and they're trying to prevent him from getting worse. So like they're not trying to like put him through reps of practice. He's like it says he might not get back to 100%, but he's playing through, but he's not practicing. Like
no,
he didn't practice at all last week into the game against Liberty. He's limited in practice, but he's playing.
Interesting stat. He is Ole Miss's leading rushing player.
He's really good.
I'm not doubting that. I'm just saying it's interesting
weird,
that
Ole Miss is all gas, no brakes, all offense, no defense.
Well, that's for sure. But I'm just saying, like, you have a white quarterback who leads your team in rushing.
Yeah,
that's weird for like, especially for a team that has like a highly touted, high-powered offense. Like that's bizarre.
Yeah, they are interesting. Lane Kiffin's the head coach. Are you surprised that they do all sorts of weird stuff?
No, but it's just like, but it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like you said, defense is a great indicator of good teams. Ole Miss has 0 defense, and that's not like anything new. They've never had a defense. I just don't know how they expect to get by without having one. So yeah, give me the Aggies, man. I don't know why maybe I don't know. Vegas is trying to play some tricks, but I'll take why it's -2.5. Absolutely, give me the Aggies, bro. Ole Miss 0-2 is a dog.
More support.
Texas A&M 5-3 as a favorite. They're both 6-3 against the spread, but things can change. So make that a unanimous pick right there, dude. Texas A&M -2.5. Next game, you said this to me, and I'm curious about what you think. Iowa -5.5 against Minnesota. Over under is 37.5 points.
I think you know what we're doing here. Big Ten.
Are you gonna take the under on 37? Like that's just
Big Ten.
Sounds criminal,
dude. I took the under at 39 points last week.
Yeah, I took it at 40, and it was easy money. Oh my god, dude! 37. Are we about to take a 37.5 point?
I mean, if you literally just look at the points allowed, Minnesota and Iowa combined for 34 points a game. There's your under right there. But besides that, Iowa's offense is fucking terrible. I don't think Minnesota is really that good. Bro, Minnesota averages 153 passing yards a game on offense.
Well, here's the thing for them is like they would have been so much better. Like they had like their legit like star running back blow up his Achilles on the first game of the year against Ohio State. I was watching that game. Like his Achilles shot up into his calf on a cutback, in the backfield. Like, and he was supposed like, and he looked good. Like he was going to be the man. I really like their coach. I think that they're a cool team to root for, typically, but they don't have it this year, unfortunately.
No,
They're
they're
especially for a
supposed to
team
be
that usually
filthy.
passes it a lot to only average 150 passing yards. That's just either not
Not
completing
good.
passes. Or I don't know what they're doing.
No, it's not good. And Iowa's defense is dirty. Like,
Yeah, they're very
like
good.
Iowa's a team I like taking. Like, I can't stand taking unders. Like in any sport, regard like football, basketball, whatever. I got burned on the Michigan State total points under by 3 last night. But like regardless, Iowa's defense is dirty. Minnesota cannot pass the ball to save their life. Their starting running back is gone for the season. As you said, blew up his Achilles. I'm taking under on this game. Neither team has a great offense. Iowa's offense is pretty fucking bad. They averaged 24 points. They put up 7 against Purdue a few weeks ago. Like Purdue's not bad, but they're
They're the
really not
Jaguars,
good.
bro. They literally they're pure. Their only reason for existence is to just knock the number like the highest ranked Big Ten team off the out of the playoffs.
I mean,
That's
fun
the
fact, they're the favorite to win the Big Ten in basketball.
yeah.
But besides the point, just random facts. But I'm taking under here, under 37 points.
Dude, 37 and a half points is preposterous, but I'd feel insane taking anything else.
It's either you take the under or you take nothing.
That's where I'm at, and I want to have some fun here. So let's go under 37 and
This is the week for unders.
this is dude 37 Big Ten unders, bro. They're great. Like people I hope people are like even the ones that we don't say. Like if you just look at the Big Ten slate and pick a couple games you can go under, you'll make money. Like just I putting that out there. Anyway, moving on. You always put me in these positions, man. UGA minus 20 and a half against Tennessee over under 56.
Georgia defense covering the fuck out of 20 points. That's it right there.
Think they cover?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not I don't know. I don't have anything for you there.
No, I know you don't bet.
Other
You don't
than
bet on Georgia. I just thought it was like an interesting game, but also I think Georgia covers this year. But Hendon Hooker probably has one of the best touchdown to interception ratios in the country right now. He's sitting at 21-2. He's a quarterback for Tennessee. Like really solid dude. Didn't start till I think week 4 of the season, something like that.
they're lucky they're lucky. They're not lucky, but they're very smart. They would have just completely shit the bed this season if they did make that switch.
No, like I agree with you completely on that one, but it's just like they pride themselves on having a fast-paced offense and like just trying to run it up, but there's no way that their high-powered offense survives against Georgia's defense.
Yeah, dude. It's like and it's crazy like to watch the UGA defense play. Like it's just like it takes them a little bit, but like once one play happens, then another. Then like they just feed off each other, man. It's crazy to watch happen. Like just in general.
They
Like
give up 6.6 points per game.
6 points.
Dude, that's rough.
Go dog. Yeah, dude. And Adam was talking all that smack. Whatever. We'll probably still lose to Alabama in the SEC championship game. It's fine. I'm fine. You know, it's this. this warped sense of inability to have hope. If you look at Georgia sports, you have the Atlanta Falcons who did what they did against the Patriots, and Georgia does their thing. But the Braves finally won. I'm not a baseball fan, but that makes me feel just a little bit better. Maybe the curse is broken. I don't know. Maybe I just ruined the whole season by saying that. It's just how the amount of a UGA fan works, bro. That's like one of the reasons why I never talk shit. Like I'll never go out and say, "Oh, Georgia's gonna win. It's gonna be great, and we're gonna fuck this team." No, because the minute I say that's when we lose to South Carolina, or when we lose on a Hail Mary to Tennessee, which has happened before. To Josh Dobbs, if you remember him, Josh Dobson, quarterback at Tennessee. Anyway, yeah, I would lean under again. UGA's defense helps the under a lot. It's they hit against Florida last time I took it. Maybe I'll see where it's at, but I would if I'm going to pick anything, it's probably going to be under 156 points. Georgia likes to eat Tennessee quarterbacks for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we'll see what happens. I'm nervous, bro. We already have the SEC East. We're already going to Atlanta to play in the SEC championship. We still don't even know who's coming out of the West yet because the Iron Bowl could still decide it all. I don't know. It's just crazy time, but we'll see. And how the college football playoff shakes out and everything. Yeah. So you're taking Georgia minus 20.5?
Yes, sir.
If anything, give me the under 56. Now these last two games I put in here are just seems like probably going to be two of the best games this weekend. The first one being Michigan minus 1.5 against Penn State. Something tells me I was like, why is this line only minus 1.5? I put this in here just so we could talk about it. I was curious. Why is the line minus 1.5? Well, it's at Penn State, and that makes a substantial difference in the game. I'm from Pennsylvania. I live in Pennsylvania. Last Penn State game I went to was a 2019 whiteout against Michigan, and it was literally so loud in there that Michigan called timeout on the first play of the game. like 109,000 people. Yeah, it's all wearing it's banana land, dude. So I'm just curious as to what you think, if anything, on this game. Michigan 7-2 against the spread. Penn State 6-3 against the spread. Michigan 2-1 away against the spread. 6-2 as a favorite. Penn State 3-2 at home ATS and 2-1 as a dog ATS. I was just curious about what you think. I might make a pick on it. I just wanted to field it out there for a little chit chat.
I was looking at it because I prefer to pick the big top 25 matchups, but it's a pick 'em pretty much. It's too, right now it's too tough to call for me. I don't love either way. I don't know. It would if I take anything on this, it's gonna be right before kickoff. I think I would lean Michigan, but I don't. Also, I could see Penn State winning there at home. I don't know. I'm off of this one.
Yeah, I was feeling maybe the under. I know Big Ten unders. It's 48.5. Penn State's 7-2 for the under this season. Michigan is 5-4 for the under. So anything is possible. I'm leaning that way. I think it'll be a good game, but upsets happen in Happy Valley all the time, especially when it's rocking and people don't think Penn State even has a chance. That's when it's something like I've never experienced before, bro. And it's it sways games. That I would bet you that's why Penn State beat Auburn. It's just a different world. But yeah, I agree. I'm gonna wait on it. I might lean under in that one. Last game to wrap it all up in a nice little bow. We have Oklahoma -5.5 against Baylor. The undefeated Oklahoma Sooners with their, I think, still backup quarterback who's looking mighty good. Oklahoma's a ranked matchup too. Oklahoma's 8 in the country. Baylor is 13. It looks like 74% of the money right now is coming on Oklahoma, so that's could be a fade the public move. It is still Wednesday, still early. A lot of chance for things to happen. Oklahoma 9-0 overall, 4-5 against the spread. You know what we say? Adam says it too. Good teams win and great teams cover. Baylor 6-3 against the spread, 5-0 at home. They're at Baylor this game. 1-1 is the underdog. Oklahoma's 1-3 away against the spread, and 3-5 is the favorite.
Like I've liked Baylor the last few weeks. 3 weeks ago, they covered against BYU, believe covered against Texas, and then last week they lost to TCU. And I think I put that out as a pick on the show last week. Can't remember, but I like them. I like Baylor plus the points at home. There's something like it. I don't know if it's the college rankings fucking with me, but either Oklahoma should be like number 3 in the country, or they should be lower than 9. It's not. I feel like it's not. They're not accurately, or number 8, like not accurately placed in the rankings. I don't know what it is, but there's something to me that's up with Oklahoma. I don't know. I don't know. Go on.
You and I have both talked about it, whether it's on recording or not. Like that the college football playoffs are funky. Like the committee is funky. Like Oklahoma's 9-0, but like they really devalue some other teams, other conferences, if you don't play in the SEC or if you're not Notre Dame. I don't know. Yeah, I can't say that I am well versed on Oklahoma. They are 9-0, but it's Texas Tech, Kansas, TCU, Texas, Kansas State, which are all run they only beat Kansas State by 6 points, but other than they keep, maybe it's because I don't know, they got up 23 points to Kansas or 21 points to, I don't know what the logic is behind putting them at 9. I don't know. I would put them higher, maybe. Make them 5, maybe even the fringe. At least make them a fringe team to make the playoff. Because if they keep winning, then I don't know. The playoff is set up super weird. They have Georgia at 1, Bama at 2, which they're setting it up to make the 2 of us get in potentially. Again. Which is sort of annoying. I think the best of both worlds is to do an 8-team playoff and make it computer rankings. So
that's how it should be. You gotta take the bias out of the equation.
Keep your playoff, which I like the playoff format, but bring back the BCS computer rankings. It puts weight on games you wouldn't even think. You know what I mean? And I think you can get the best of both worlds. But anyway, I also like Baylor plus 5.5 and rant. I like Baylor plus the points. This line may move. I mean, there's a lot of right now as it stands, there's a lot of money coming on Oklahoma. The percentage of the bets anyway, so that is favorable for if we have. I don't even know if we've actually said it here before. If we do, fade the public is always a good move. Tell everybody out there, if you see a lot of money coming in on a team, just go the other way. But yeah, so give us another unanimous pick. And with all that being said, Connor, do you have anything for the people before we wrap up?
No, nothing else. If you're this deep in, subscribe, check out all the content, the blogs, the other pods, collabs with Men of Water. Check them out. Let us know how you're doing. Taylor Fade. Check me out on the college basketball circuit. Got some more winners coming out for you soon. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Absolutely, dude. We're having a great time doing these, man. We really enjoy it, and we want to get it out to as many people as we possibly can because we want to hear from you, everybody out there. Or do we put our Twitters in the description of every video for the reason. If you want to call us a bunch of fucking morons because Tyler isn't sure if Aaron Rodgers is playing this weekend, you can do that. It's okay. Or Tyler's claiming that Jared Stidham is playing instead of Mac Jones. These things happen, and you can tell me I'm an idiot, and that's okay. But with all that being said, I hope everybody has a happy and healthy, it's responsible weekend of gambling. And with all that said, we out.